Good day. My name is James O'Leary, and we're going to go through my portfolio today. I've selected three pieces that are fun, so let's just jump right on it. First up, we have Bulb Artisanal Lighting Company. The great idea came for this product based off the inability for one to open the light bulb in the correct manner while stoned. So, I was tasked with creating and designing really a light bulb package that was easily stackable, could fit more in a box, but most importantly, you always knew which end of the way to open the package, whether you were stone cold sober or not so much. So, entering into the package design that we did. This particular package design is in a nice little polygon with a narrow end and a wide end. The wide end is obviously the way you're going to open this package. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to open a light bulb package and opened up the wrong end and had to close it and reopen it. So here we go. The idea of the handcrafted artisanal light bulb is kind of a little mock that I put together for this particular project. So, starters. Bulb. I've spelled it B upside down ELB. Why? That's the phonetic spelling, and it's god awful pretentious. So that goes in with the whole I'm wearing a stocking cap in the summer with my big bushy beard dude, and I've got some horn rimmed glasses and thrift store clothes, young ladies of the hipster movement, which really I think started in Portland, Oregon. So that's why this company is based out of Portland. The logo's simple. It's a nice big B that can be changed into other colors. So, welcome to the bulb, our handcrafted artisanal light bulb family. We have Incan, which is in yellow because incandescent bulbs throw off a yellow light. Flow, which is the blue to white fluorescent bulb. And Eddy, which is the Edison bulb that throws that nice casting of golden brown and yellow. This is just once again me being silly, me having fun with this particular project, because after all, bulb are hip lights for hip people. Without further ado, we have our hipster advertising campaign that uses said gentlemen with big bushy beards and stocking caps on their head in the summertime. We've got this fella here, and we've got this young lady here who all really go after that target market that Bulb was trying to get. We're going to put this in all your Portland alternative magazines and whatnot. And guess what? You can either order them online or hop on down to the farmer's market and pick up some overpriced light bulbs along with your overpriced vegetables. Regardless, it was a fun project to do. And I think that these particular images really sell the idea that this is hipster lighting and it's hip lights for hip people. Moving on, we're going to talk about probably one of the more controversial projects I've done. Um, it got some good feedback and good critique. I had to do a little explaining, but the reason why is because I had to challenge myself. Um, project was to do a take on one of the MIT Idea Lab projects where a thermochromic pigment was placed on top of a filament circuit, which was placed on top of a heat sink, which was placed on top of an adhesive to connect to this little box behind your ear to create a alterable eyeshadow. And so I came up with Cosmos. Cosmos Adaptive Makeup is kind of the sci-fi take on this particular idea, whereas it works at the molecular level. So the thermochromic pigment is molecular in nature, and it forms its own molecular circuits that interact with Bluetooth device that is contained in earrings. So the earrings complete the circuit. The little molecular pigment circuits create a quickly alterable makeup that you don't have to apply makeup to get a different look. You just can select it from the app that you made. So we had to come up with a full brand of this product, including a logo, a packaging if necessary, stationery, images, advertising, the whole nine yards. So my first challenge that I gave myself was a really bad client image. The smoking girl. She seemed to get the most negative feedback in that people were associating smoking with a beauty product. Well, the company gave me this image and they said, "Hey, we want to go back to that madman era, that 1960s, 50s when smoking was cool, breakfast at Tiffany's, vibe for this thing. And we found this image and we really like it. We would really like you to use it and everything that's associated with our design." So going back, looking at a bunch of logos from the 50s and 60s and whatnot, I came up with this pretty simple logo for Cosmos Adaptive Makeup. The C and the O interact to kind of create an I. Cosmos is that idea of it's cosmopolitan. It's about the future. You know, the 50s and 60s, it was all about the space race. It was all about George Orwell in 1984 and sci-fi and fantasy and spaceships and going out into those great big cosmos. You know, Carl Sagan was a part of that era. And so that's where the idea for Cosmos came up with. The adaptive makeup is that sci-fi that goes along with it. Yet I'm throwing it back to an era where the smoking was considered healthy. And so in order to use this image across all things, you kind of had to get creative with doing some things. So I created the package that the tube of this stuff comes in. It's a wrap. The most important parts of it are kind of on the front of the box, but you don't really see it until you really walk the box around your eye. You know, you take this box and you're reading the back of it. Man, what's in it? What's it do? How do I use it? So it challenged me to also find the FDA rules and regulations on what goes on a cosmetic box. You got to have the address, the company, the quantity of it, how much of it is there, what's in the box. Interestingly enough, the little up there on the top, the little open jar with the 6M on it, I didn't know this until I did a little research, was the good for this amount of time after you open the package. So it's pretty neat, I think. Continuing along with this smoking girl, I created a whole idea of her just embracing the stationery kit from the front of the envelope to a subdued image of her on the actual letterhead and even on the card, where you've got, wow, Cosmos Adapt. Oh, look at that. I turned it over and it's got that image again. This is fully unified branding based off of this one really terrible image that the that the client provided me with. And so taking that edginess and that mystique and mystery of the smoking girl, I took that into my advertising images, and I also took it into my most important part of the whole project, which is this. This is your app. This is where it all starts. It's on your phone, you click that little app button, and it takes you to the whole world of Cosmos, which is the interactive app, the interactive website, and you know, hey, if I like you, I might even send you a coffee mug. The advertising kept up with this mystique in that I'll be ready in 5 seconds. It's an old play on I'll be ready in 5, which usually for us guys turns out to be 5 to 50 minutes. It's pretty bad, but now women can be ready, or even men if they want to wear the makeup, can be ready in 5 seconds or less. When you just haven't got the time as a youthful take on this, man, I don't know what this is. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to put that out there. Advertising is way too literal to me. Car advertising. Here's a car. Here's the name of the car. Here's where you can buy the car. Man, come on. Every person that's going to buy this product is going to go into Sephora, Ulta, or any beauty counter, and there's going to be a big old Cosmos display sitting there. And people are going to try this stuff on. There's going to be women dressed in black coming up to you and slathering this crap on your face as you're trying to walk by and go, look how cool it is. So why not make the advertising a little mysterious when you just haven't got the time? That's a pretty simple statement. It's youthful. I'm bringing in my pinks and my young lady with the headphones on. It's for everybody. Cosmos, adaptive makeup. Like I said, it was a little fun project. It was a little controversial, but you know what? I had fun making it, and that's what counts. And so that brings me to my final project we're going to discuss, which I actually like because I'm a history guy. And that's my O'Leary Designs, my own personal brand. The task here was to just go ahead and make a logo for yourself based off of your first two initials, J and O. You know, J and O, O and J, they just don't work together in any way. They just really don't. It's very difficult to make that happen. It was for me anyway, until I started to abstract my name. I started going blocks, shapes, lines, things that really just were shapes. And then it dawned on me, I've got the most unique character in one of the most unique characters in most names, which is an apostrophe. Nobody has an apostrophe in their name. So guess what? The apostrophe, the more I abstracted and got to looking for it, the more I noticed that there was, in fact, a J in the apostrophe. And obviously, if I put a circle around that particular O, I could come up with an O. So then I have my J and my O for O'Leary Designs. I used a nice big, rich serif font in Engravers MT for the O'Leary part of my name, and then I kicked it back down to a smaller, more streamlined serif font in Century. I used those for my designs, and I really liked it. And as you can see from here, there is very clearly a J and an O in this particular product. Part of this whole design process relied upon doing a scale study for this. So I took it down to 1/4 inch and I took it up to 5 inches to see if this was still legible, still readable, and it was. And I also did a color study just because, you know what, I hadn't done one in a while and they were a lot of fun, and I went from blues to greens and reds and all my cool colors and warm colors, and I found that this particular logo lends itself very well to making it work. Because this is a logo that relies on the J and the O and just the apostrophe in the circle, I came to the conclusion that that was going to work for me because it could also hold secondary meaning. Part of this whole process was also developing a set for yourself, letterhead, envelopes, business cards, and I even included a nice handy little 4x6 mailer. This is my personal logo. I like it. It's black and white. It's stark. It says Paul Rand and Massimo Vignelli all over it, which is really who I am. And when we go to who our personal identity is, we really want to have that logo that goes with secondary meaning. And so my final image I'm going to give you is just where I feel my logo can go. And that is honestly right here. One day you will all see me and I will have plenty of business all over the place, and you're going to see this logo and go, hey, I went to school with that guy. That's Jim. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed being in school and working with you guys. This is my personal information right here. You can always find me at jolearydesigns.com. I'm on Twitter at jolearydesigns. j.o'learydesigns is my email or Gmail. And you can call me, text me at 904-679-1095 any day you want. After school, if you need me to critique something, feel free to give me a contact and we'll set something up via Google Hangouts. I like it. It's a lot of fun. Had fun. I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for watching my particular little portfolio reveal today. Have a great day and happy designing.